Rangers appear to have reached a major turning point in their managerial search, with reports indicating that an agreement has now been reached for Kevin Muscat to take over as the club's new head coach. The Australian, who has been linked with the Ibrox hot seat on several occasions, looks set to finally return to Glasgow in a move that will undoubtedly stir excitement and debate among supporters. Having carved out a strong reputation for his tactical approach and success overseas, Muscat's arrival would mark the beginning of a new era, one shaped by a blend of familiar standards and fresh ideas. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Thomas Frank is wasting no time in shaping his Spurs squad for the long term, but his early recruitment plans could spell disaster for Rangers' next manager. Following the sacking of Russell Martin after just 123 days in charge, Rangers are already facing a crucial period of instability. With no new permanent boss yet appointed ahead of Saturday's Premiership clash against Dundee United at Ibrox, the club's hierarchy are under pressure to steady the ship. Yet while the managerial search continues, an even more pressing concern could soon emerge: interest from the Premier League in one of their most important players. Spurs' recent 2-1 victory over Leeds United lifted the North London side into third place in the Premier League, marking a strong start to Frank's tenure. The Danish coach has quickly implemented his energetic, attack-minded philosophy and, according to reports, is already identifying players who could strengthen his squad in upcoming transfer windows. Among the names on Spurs' radar is Rangers midfielder Nico Raskin, a player who has long been admired south of the border. Raskin, 24, was linked with several Premier League and European clubs over the summer, but opted to stay at Ibrox for the start of the new campaign. His performances have continued to impress despite the club's turmoil, ensuring that interest in his signature hasn't gone away. The Daily Mail recently noted that Spurs are credited with an interest in the Belgian international, whose current Rangers deal runs until 2027. They also suggested that while the Ibrox board would improve their standing among supporters by tying Raskin down to a longer contract, the club may instead have to cash in next summer, particularly if his stock continues to rise. Raskin's recent performances for Belgium have only enhanced that reputation. During his nation's win over Wales in the international break, Belgian outlet Le Soir hailed him as distinguished, highlighting his composure, energy and control in midfield. His growing international presence makes him an increasingly attractive option for Premier League sides looking for dynamic midfield depth. At Spurs, Frank is facing his own midfield puzzle. Rodrigo Bentancur recently penned a new long-term deal, but Yves Bissouma's contract is set to expire at the end of the season. The club are reportedly assessing replacements, with loanee Joao Palhinha among those being considered for a permanent move next summer. Raskin, however, represents a different type of investment, younger, hungrier, and with significant room for growth. Statistically, the Rangers man's output in the Scottish Premiership last season underlines why top-flight clubs are monitoring him closely. A true box-to-box midfielder, Raskin excels at winning duels, breaking up play, and driving his team forward through the centre of the pitch. His combative edge and technical quality make him a natural fit for the high-intensity style that Frank has brought to Spurs. For Rangers, the timing couldn't be worse. Losing a player of Raskin's calibre while also searching for a new manager would be a major setback, both on and off the pitch. His potential departure would not only weaken the team's midfield, but also test the club's ability to retain top talent during another transitional period. Unless Rangers act swiftly, either by securing Raskin on an improved deal or stabilising their managerial situation, the growing interest from the Premier League could soon become more than just speculation. And if Thomas Frank's Spurs come calling, it may prove impossible for the Belgian to resist. Now, Kevin Muscat has agreed to return to Ibrox and is poised to finalise a deal to become the new Rangers head coach. The move will see the former defender take over from Russell Martin Martin, who was dismissed after just 17 matches in charge, bringing an end to a disappointing spell that left the club searching for stability and direction. Muscat is expected to sign a long-term contract and will be joined by ex-Rangers winger Neil McCann as part of his backroom team. A 7-figure compensation agreement with Shanghai Port is close to being finalized, with only minor details left to resolve. The Australian will remain in charge of the Chinese Super League leaders as they push to secure the title, but all parties are confident the transition to Glasgow will be completed smoothly. Rangers officials are said to be respectful of Port's ongoing campaign and have opted to delay any formal announcement until after their upcoming match against Qingdao Hainyu on Friday. If all goes to plan, official confirmation of Muscat's appointment is expected over the weekend. The process has been slowed slightly by time zone differences and legal logistics tied to the international deal, though progress has been described as steady and positive. In the meantime, under-19 coach Stephen Smith will lead the Rangers' first team against Dundee United on Saturday. The club have not yet confirmed who will be in the dugout for Thursday's Europa League clash with Brann, with further league fixtures against Kilmarnock and Hibernian to follow before the League Cup meeting with Celtic later this month. Although Muscat could remain with Shanghai until November 22nd, Rangers are not concerned by the timescale and are confident the situation can be managed without disruption. The 51-year-old has been the leading candidate since last week, after Steven Gerrard rejected an approach to make a sensational return to Ibrox. Muscat's progress in China and his track record in Japan and Australia ultimately made him the standout choice for the role. Danny Rowe, another name under consideration, formally withdrew from contention on Wednesday night. The 36-year-old, who had previously been interviewed before Martin's appointment in the summer, was believed to be keen on an immediate start but was unwilling to wait for the club's extended recruitment process to conclude. Following Martin's sacking, Rangers vice-chairman Andrew Kavanagh and board member Parag Marath addressed supporters in an open letter, promising to act swiftly and decisively to put things right. They accepted responsibility for the club's poor form and vowed to deliver a manager capable of meeting Rangers' standards both in Scotland and in Europe. When we took over the club this summer, we shared what we want to build for Rangers, to win trophies in Scotland and be able to compete at a high level in Europe, Kavanagh and Marath said. We know achieving these goals will take time, but our performances and results have not been good enough. We know you are frustrated, we are too. We did not get this right, and it's our responsibility to fix it and get us back on track. For Muscat, the appointment represents both a return and a new challenge. He spent part of his playing career at Ibrox and has since built a strong managerial reputation abroad, known for his intensity, tactical discipline, and modern attack-minded football. His arrival signals a fresh start for Rangers and a clear statement of intent from a club determined to re-establish itself at the top of Scottish football. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.